Brothers, Dr. Chan, good morning. Allow me first to thank and acknowledge Seminarian Ibarra's philosophical research paper, Monadology. As I read and looked for the meaning of the word monad, the thing that usually comes to my mind is the bread monai. Kidding aside, I would like to acknowledge his work in his paper because his topic gave us a profound idea that God cannot only be seen in a bird's eye view, but also the smallest of all metaphysical beings. Leibniz's book asserts that God is the reason for shaping man's existence and the world itself. This claim of Leibniz's book is supported by three main points. First, God created everything on earth, including the mind and soul, particularly in his image. Second, human nature, perception, and sensation are an effect of God's infinite goodness. Third, the foundation of grace and nature and their connection to human nature are deeply rooted in the substance of monads. I would like to stress supporting point number one, that minds are images of divinity in part because they can produce something of God's works in everything. I agree highly with these lines because the human mind can perceive and can think critically even beyond the horizon of the planet, and this is one way of proving that the human mind can somehow grasp something behind everything. Moreover, supporting point number two also stresses that divine grace actively aids natural reason in attaining this level of knowledge. In other words, divine grace is necessary because man cannot understand what he perceives unless there is divine illumination that intervenes. Lastly, supporting point number three tells us that the common nature of man, that he exists, is from the divine creator, which also shares his small substance of monads. These lines tell us that God is infinitely good, bestowing and allowing man to partake in God's wonderful creation. God can make us not see His creation. He can make us exist, but cannot feel anything because He is God. However, God bestowed man with the gift of mind and the almost perfect of his creation because of his infinite goodness and true love that he wanted us to fully participate in his creation. Overall, I cannot locate points that are negative and unphilosophical because points from the introduction to the conclusion have a great basis and references. However, I would like to comment on Seminarian Ibarra's various situational examples to elaborate further the discussions because it is awful to write a situation and leave it hanging to its readers. One can simply write an example and elaborate it well so that you will not leave the reader hanging. Lastly, I would like to be the first to congratulate Seminarian Ibarra's philosophical research paper for accomplishing it well, from the beginning up to the end. I would like to thank him also for accepting and applying my first critic in his paper. It created a great impact in me because I felt like I am part of his success in creating his paper. Thank you, Brother Ibarra, for all the lessons and discussions that you've inculcated in our minds. It is through this study of yours that we can truly see God, even in small things, as one of the principles of Saint Ignatius, that we can find God in all things. Thank you, and congratulations once again for your successful performance. Have a blessed day ahead.